everyone. Welcome to a beginner-friendly vinyasa. Here are my co-hosts, Waverly and Felix. You'll see pop in and out because they just can't resist the mat. So if you're kind of in the same mood where you're like, I just need to get on my mat, hopefully this is for you. So let's all go ahead and come to a comfortable seat. You don't have to be in fancy yoga clothes or have a fancy yoga mat. All you need is a quiet place and your breath. So in this comfortable seat, your legs will come cross, however feels good for your body. Hands will come to your knees, or perhaps a little needy, attention-loving dog. Our eyes will gently close as we begin to tune into our breath. If Ujjayi breathing is part of your practice, or if you've never tried it before and you'd like to try now, you'll breathe in through the nose with a slight constriction of the back of the throat, and you'll breathe out through the nose with that same slight constriction. So a little scary, or a little less scary term, I should say, is ocean breathing or pulsation breathing. With each inhale, you think about expanding the rib cage, filling the belly. And with each exhale, you draw that navel to spine, squeezing all of that air out. Your breath should be audible. Might even sound like Darth Vader. Wherever you are, let's take 3 Ujjayi breaths, or whatever breath technique you're comfortable with right where you are. Gently fluttering your eyes open. Keeping that breath technique, we're going to place our hands on our knees, and we're going to take some seated cat-cows. So from here, we're going to inhale, lengthen the spine, chest opens, crown of the head goes towards the sky. And on our exhale, we're going to round the spine, drawing our chin to chest. Inhale, chest comes forward, gaze goes slightly up. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin to chest. Inhale, we bring our gaze forward, curling our spine. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, chest opens, gaze goes up. Exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the chin. Inhale, let's draw our hands up overhead in a sweeping motion. On our exhale, the left hand is going to come to the right knee. Right hand comes behind the right hip as the gaze goes over the right shoulder. Breathe here. With each inhale, you'll lengthen the spine. With each exhale, you'll deepen the twist. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Let's do that one more time to each side. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Coming back to center, we twist to the left. Then we'll get a dog kiss and we'll come back to center. Rolling over our hands and knees, we come to a tabletop position. From tabletop, our shoulders will be right over our wrists, knees under hips. We're going to inhale, drop the belly, gaze goes forward for cow pose. Exhale, rounding the spine for cat. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, round or curl the spine. Exhale, round it up for cat. Coming back to center, let's fire up that core. We're gonna draw the right hand forward. If this is good enough for you, stay here. Engage the core, draw the belly in, gaze is down, just right in front of your eyes. If you want a little more, begin to lift that left leg, keeping that core engaged. Breathe here. One more breath. If both arm and leg are lifted, we're going to pulse both. If just your arm is lifted, we're going to pulse just the arm. So you're going to lift both for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Planting the hand, the right hand, we're going to plant the left foot behind the right as we kickstand the right foot, out just a little bit. Coming up and over, we're going to find a side stretch. Left hand draws down the left leg. Right arm is up and over. As we breathe into that right side body, we pull the right shoulder back, really opening the chest. Left pinky toe is firmly planted into the ground. Breathe here. The bottom of your next exhale, we're going to plant the right hand. However you can get there, we're going to draw that left knee up and over, planting the left foot by the right. As we swing our arms up and over, we find our low crescent lunge. Now, if you need to fold your mat over so you can get more padding under your right knee, I invite you to do that now. In our low crescent lunge, we're scissoring our hips together. So pulling those hips together so we feel a deeper stretch in our right quad. Our chest is open, our shoulders are down and out of the ears. Breathe here. From here, we're going to fold down, sinking our hips to heels as we find our half split. So finding a nice hamstring stretch. If you're like me and you've been virtually teaching all day and sitting down, or maybe you've just been working from your desk, your hamstring might feel a little tighter. So give yourself some grace. However tight your hamstrings might feel. Rebending that front knee. We're going to plant the right hand, lifting the left hand for a dragonfly twist. Now with our inhale, we're going to draw the core in as we twist our belly button towards the inner left thigh. Gaze can be up at the left hand or down at the right. Breathe here. Planting that left hand, we bring our left knee back to meet the right as we knock some ants off of our mat. We'll take one cat and cow, drop in the belly, gaze goes forward. Exhale, rounding the spine. Coming back to center, we're going to fire up that core on the other side. So extending that left hand. If this feels good, stay here. Engage the belly, pull it in. If you want more, begin to kick that right leg back. Again, keeping that core engaged. If both arm and leg are extended, we're going to pulse both. If not, just the arms. So we're going to pulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Planting the left hand, we're going to find that side stretch on the other side. So kickstanding the left foot out, the right foot comes flat on the ground. As our arms come up and over, the right arm travels down the right leg. As the left arm comes up and over for that side stretch, pulling that left shoulder back. We breathe here. With each inhale, inflating that left side. planting the left hand, we draw that right knee into our chest as we plant the right foot next to the left hand, sweeping our arms up and over. We find our low crescent lunge. Now again, drawing the shoulders down the back, scissoring those hips together. We find that quad stretch in our left thigh. Breathing here. Folding down, we're gonna sink our hips towards our heels. Again, finding our half split, finding that hamstring stretch, knocking off any ants that you might have on your mat. Again, toe can be up or down. Good, rebending that front knee. We're gonna plant the left hand, lifting the right arm up for our dragonfly twist. Drawing that core towards the right inner thigh. Planting that right hand down. We're gonna bring the right knee back to meet the left. Finding our tabletop again, we're gonna tuck our toes. We're gonna do a last little bit of core. We're gonna tuck our toes and we're gonna lift our knees and hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then we're gonna push our hips up and back as we straighten our legs, drawing our chest towards our thighs, chin to chest. We find our first down dog of the night. Our feet are gonna be hip distance apart. Fingers will be spread wide on the mat, and you might even be doing what I'm doing right now, pedaling out your feet. Just loosening up those hamstrings and that low back even more. If you need to, bend your knees generously so you can shoot your sit bones up to the sky. You're gonna get a deeper low back stretch there, and then begin to straighten your legs. If your heels don't touch, that's okay. As you can see, mine don't either. Let's take one more breath in this down dog. Tiptoeing our feet all the way to the front of the mat. We're gonna inhale for a halfway lift, flat back. Hands come to the shins or the thighs. Gaze is down and forward. Soften the knees, add a little bend, and drape that belly over the thighs. Widening the stance of your feet. You're gonna grab opposite elbows with your hands, finding a rag doll. So belly is touching the thighs. You might even be gently swaying side to side. We're just loosening up that low back. Hands come back to the mat as we inhale for our halfway lift. Exhale, knees soften and fold. Inhale, knees soft, the backs of the hands are going to trace the midline as we pull our deep low belly in and up. We roll all the way up, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, let's take our first sun sal. We're going to inhale, arms rise. Exhale, knees soften as we fold all the way to the ground. Inhale for that halfway lift. Exhale, knees soften as we step back to our down dog. Inhale, we're going to bend our knees, and on the exhale, we're going to roll out to either our high or low plank. So knees up or down. If your knees are down, you're going to make sure your wrists are under your shoulders as we lower through our chaturanga. Elbows hug in at a 90 degree all the way to the belly. We inhale, chest lifts for our baby cobra. Exhale and fold. Tucking our toes, we come back through our high or low plank. Hips up and back, down dog. Take 2 breaths in that down dog while I check to make sure I haven't lost a little chihuahua. 1 more breath. At the bottom of your next exhale, you're going to tiptoe your feet all the way to your hands. Inhaling for a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, knees soften and fold. Inhale, deep low belly in and up as we rise up, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. All right, let's add on a little bit. Coming to the front of the mat, feet can be hip distance apart, or toes come to touch, knees touch, heels gently apart, just ever so slightly. We're finding our Utkatasana chair pose. So in Utkatasana, a couple things. When you look down, you want to make sure you can see your toes. Your knees aren't going over your toes. Your tailbone is drawing in, so you're going to feel that deep low belly pull in and up. Tailbone tucks. Arms are up or out in front. Wherever they are, you don't want them, your shoulders up in your ears. Breathe here. At the bottom of your next exhale, we're going to take a fold. Inhale for our halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, knees soften and fold. Stepping back to our down dog, we're going to take that vinyasa again. So inhale, bend the knees, and on the exhale, rolling out to that high or low plank. Knees up or down. We lower slow through our chaturanga. Elbows hug into the rib cage, making a 90-degree angle as we roll down to the belly. Inhale for that cobra, chest lifts. Exhale, fold. Tucking the toes, pushing up and back, down dog. 2 more breaths right here. At the bottom of your exhale, tiptoe all the way to the front of the mat. Inhaling for a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, knees soften and fold. Inhale, deep low belly pulls in and up as we find our Utkatasana chair pose. Breathe here. All right, from this chair, we're gonna add a little bit. So from your chair, you're gonna inhale, you're gonna sweep the left arm behind you, right arm forward, as you take a gentle twist in your chair pose. Inhale, coming back to center. Keep that chair. We're going to switch sides. Right arm comes behind, left arm forward. Inhaling back to chair. Let's take our fold. Inhale, find that halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, soften and fold. Stepping back to your down dog. Let's bend those knees and roll out to your high or low plank. Lowering slow through our chaturanga. We inhale for that back bend of choice. Exhale, we fold. Tucking our toes, we push up and back, down dog. Let's take 3 breaths in this down dog as I find my dog again. Phoebe! All right. From this down dog, we're going to bend our knees. Lifting that right leg, we're going to find our 3-legged dog. Drawing that knee to chest, however you can get there, we're going to plant the right foot between our hands. Now, we took an easy dragonfly twist with our knee down earlier. So if you'd like to take that posture again, you can drop your knee. Otherwise, begin to lift the right arm, engaging the left quad as we take our twist. Sweeping that right arm down. We're gonna walk our hands to the wide edge of our mat. Feet come parallel as we find a wide-legged forward fold. Breathe here. Drawing our sit bones to the sky. Inhale for a halfway lift. On the exhale, your heels come inside, so your feet are at a 45-degree angle. Knees start to bend as we roll up into our goddess squat. So from our goddess squat, you're tucking your tailbone, pulling your shoulder blades together as we sink our hips. One more breath. Bringing our hands to our thighs. We're going to push our right hand inside our right thigh as we drop our right shoulder, right ear, and we find a twist. Coming back to center. Let's twist to the other side. Coming back to center. We're going to spin towards the front of the mat. Ball of the left foot is planted. Right foot forward. Arms come up for our high crescent. Exhale, we fold down. Bringing our right foot to meet our left. We inhale here. And on the exhale, we're going to vinyasa again. Now remember, you can always take a child's pose and skip a vinyasa. If you'd like to take the vinyasa, we'll bend the knees, rolling out to our high or low plank. Lowering slow through our chaturanga. We inhale for that halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Tucking our toes, we push up and back. Down dog. Inhale, bend the knees and lift that left leg high. Watch out for your dog. Drawing that knee to nose, we're going to plant that left foot. Left arm lifts for our dragonfly twist. Planting that left hand, we're going to spin towards the wide edge of our mat as we take our forward fold. Drawing those sit bones to the sky, hands plant on the mat. And I'm going to spin this way actually so y'all can see me. All right, now bringing our heels in towards the midline, toes go out at a 45. We roll up to our goddess pose, sinking our hips, tucking that tailbone, drawing our shoulders in. Breathe here. Bringing our hands to our thighs. This time we're gonna push our left hand towards our left inner thigh, not on our knee, as we drop our shoulder in our ear. Coming back up to center, let's switch sides. Bowing in gratitude that our little dog came back. Coming back up to center. We're gonna turn onto the ball of our right foot as we spin our left toes forward, coming into our high crescent. Taking it down to the mat, we vinyasa. So bringing that left foot back to meet the right. Bending our knees, we roll out to that high or low plank. Lowering slow through our chaturanga. We inhale for our back bend of choice. Exhale and fold. Tucking our toes, pushing up through our knees. Let's actually sink our hips towards our heels as we find
our child pose. So shoulder on the floor, hands pressed firmly into the mat.
Let's take 3 grounding breaths right here. As I apply some bug spray. One more breath in this child's pose. Coming back up to seated. We're gonna kick our feet out to one side. As we come onto our back, as we begin to close our practice. So, feet are planted as we roll onto our back. Heels are gonna come towards our hips, but not quite touching. We're gonna take 2 bridge postures. So from here, you're going to inhale, flattening your back as much as you can. On the exhale, you're going to begin to curl your spine up as you lift the hips. Gaze stays up. You're just going to lift the hips as much as you can, finding a nice back bend. Stay for one more breath. On your exhale, you're going to lower slowly, one vertebrae at a time. And we'll do that one more time. Inhale, flattening that back if you can. Exhale, rolling up, seeing if you can come up a little higher. And on your exhale, coming on down. Before we come into our final relaxation, we're going to take our right heel. We're going to cross it over our left knee, and we're going to find our reclined pigeon. Now, if you're feeling this right here, stay here. Flexing that right foot, you'll gently guide your right knee away, finding a nice hip stretch. If you need more, you can begin to draw the left knee into chest, hands coming behind the inner thighs, using that right elbow to push against the right knee, finding a deep stretch. The hips are a place where we hold a lot of emotion. So use each breath to relieve as much tension as you can. Inhaling only what serves. Exhaling all the rest. Let's take 2 more deep breaths right here. The bottom of your exhale, bringing that left foot down, keeping the right ankle right where it is, crossed on the left knee. We'll bring our arms out like cactus arms as we gently draw that right foot down to the left, and we find a gentle twist. Breathe here. Coming back to center, releasing that right foot to the mat. We windshield wiper our knees side to side as we find the stretch on the other side. So taking the left heel, we cross it over the right knee. Again, if this feels good right here, stay here. Flex those left toes, guide the left knee away. If you need more, draw that right knee into chest as you interlace your hands behind your thigh, using that left elbow against the left knee to gently push that knee away. Breathe here. Bottom of your exhale, planting that right foot back on the mat, cactusing our arms.
We're going to gently place that left foot down on the ground to our right. Gaze over the left shoulder. Breathe here. Coming back to center. We plant that left foot on the ground as we windshield wiper our knees side to side. Gently closing our eyes, we prepare to come into our final relaxation. Trusting that no matter what brought us here, you are exactly where you're supposed to be in this moment and nowhere else. In our Savasana, our feet come out long, splaying open like a book. Hands come down by our sides, palms facing up, and eyes gently close. Let's take one more unifying breath together, in through the nose, and sigh out the mouth. I invite you to stay in this Savasana as long as you might need. Pausing the video if you need to. But for those that are ready for a shorter Savasana, I'll leave you with this final quote. We cultivate love when we allow our most vulnerable and powerful selves to be deeply seen and known. And when we honor the spiritual connection that grows from that offering with trust, respect, kindness, and affection. Love is not something we give or get. It is something that we nurture and grow, a connection that can only be cultivated between two people when it exists within each of them. We can only love ourselves as much as we can only love others as much as we love ourselves. Shame, blame, disrespect, betrayal, and withholding of affection damages the roots from which love grows. Love can only survive these injuries if they are acknowledged, healed, and rare. Keeping our eyes closed, begin to bring gentle movements into the body. Wiggling your fingers and toes. Maybe rolling your wrists and ankles out. Drawing our arms overhead for that good morning stretch. We roll to our favorite side using our arm as a pillow, taking just one more moment for ourselves. When you're ready, coming up to a comfortable seat at the top of your mat. Bringing our hands together at heart center, bowing our head in gratitude. The Divine Light in me bows and honors to each of you. Thank you for sharing your practice and your breath. Namaste.